It's still a little bit wet outside, drizzling, but I'm hoping that there's going to be a break in the weather and I'll be able to get out with this fella. This is an XP DEUS, just got it yesterday, and that's the headphones, coil, stem. This is the control box. I just keep thinking there should be more. I keep on thinking, where's the rest of it? I've been used to using a Minelab E-Track with an 18-inch coil, and that's really a gigantic piece of kit. You need a harness for it with a bungee on, otherwise your shoulder falls off. This just seems so light. I just think, where's the rest of it, you know? But I'm really looking forward to getting out and using this, because from the reports I hear and from what I see when I'm out with lads who are using this, this is a very sharp, accurate piece of kit. And I'm going to be using it in a couple of places today where I've really struggled with the E-Track. The E-Track's been great on quite clean land. It's gone down very deep and I've made some great finds, as you can see from my previous videos. But with this, I just want to try and locate some jewellery, rings and so on and such forth. Small silver coins and possibly some gold, because really the only gold I found with the E-Track was part of a large silver piece, which was a watch fob, and a gold ring. That's it, nothing else. And the site that I'm going to today, I've had about 300 coins off it. It's a really good coin shooting site, which I think I've pretty much bashed till there's nothing left. But if there's that many coins, and I must have had 40-50 silvers off it, there has to be some gold. There's got to be some there. I'm hoping that this fella will find it, especially in the contaminated areas around where the campfires used to be. It's got to find something. At least I would like it to find something. If I don't have any joy there, I'm going to go to the next field down, where I've only very quickly done with the E-Track, and there is big areas there that are contaminated with little bits of iron where the E-Track struggles. And there's also a hell of a lot of musket balls. I think I found about 27 in 2 hours. So I know there's a lot of stuff there. It's totally more or less undetected, apart from the 2-hour stint that I did. So if I don't get any joy in the coin shooting field, I'm going down there. Okay, first dig, and we've got signs of iron in there. I think it was reading about 80 on the screen. But there's also another target there, so there's iron in the hole, but there's something that looks a nice colour. I like the look of that soil. And there's nothing there. Oh, there is something there. First dig pulls a coin up from a hole which has also got iron in. That's exactly what I was wanting. This has been a difficult area to do. That's a George VI halfpenny. That's a good start. This is a lovely strong signal reading 94. Oh, that's looking good. Yeah. There's another coin. It's an old penny, that one. And that was a good depth. That was a very good depth. Now that was a big coin, but it was pretty much 9 inches down, which is a good depth, and it still gave a lovely strong signal both ways, reading 90 on here. I'm only using the small 9-inch coil, and I'm pretty impressed with the signal that it gave at that depth. This is quite a difficult area as well, because just up the side of here there used to be a fence running up here, so there's a lot of small bits of rusty nails, staples and so on, and I've really struggled in this area to find anything with the E-Track. So far I've had 3 digs and I've found 2 coins, so I'm quite impressed at that. The other thing was a big tin lid, so that gave a good signal, as you can imagine. It's a little way, get up there lad, there's a little toad. This one's given quite a good signal, reading 86 to 88, so it's going to get dug. Another halfpenny. Yep, that gave a good signal. This one's reading quite a crisp 85. Another coin, another halfpenny. That's a George V one, that's early 1900s. For the most part this field is much too overgrown to do anything with. So I'm going to leave this one after finding 4 or 5 coins, and I'm going to head down the valley to another one where I found a lot of musket balls and a few Victorian coins. I've only been in that other one a few times, so I'm hoping that there's been sheep in there and that the grass is very short, because this is undetectable really. Unfortunately this field is way too long as well, but there's a reasonably short bit of grass where the path is. I've got a signal here, I think it was reading 86. Oh, hello. Hello indeed. Got a Victorian sixpence. 1898. Get in there. It's a little bit worn, but that's silver. It was down approximately 4 inches and it gave a really good signal. This was reading between 78 and 82, jumping a little bit. So I'm thinking, based on what I've been digging this morning, it may be lead. It is lead. Looks like a flattened musket ball. This one's reading 89 to 90. Ah, that one is a musket ball. That's hit something as well. That was quite a good depth. Maybe 7 or 8 inches. Nice big one. Gave a cracking signal. Another nice strong signal, reading between 88 and 92. It's a reasonable depth as well. Oh, it's a coin. Oh no, it's not a coin. It's a button. That was on its end. That's something else as well. Probably is the back of the button. Yep, that's the back of the button. That was on end at about 6 inches, which is pretty good depth. Ah, don't even need the pointer for that one. Looks like a buckle of some sort. It's in pretty good condition. Give a hell of a signal, reading between 95 and 96. It's a big beast. This one's reading between 84 and 89. It's about 7 inches down. And it's a squashed ring. That looks quite thin, but it could still give a cracking signal down at that depth. I'm pretty impressed. What a beautiful spider. Never seen one like that before. It's almost got a face on its back. That's its nest there. This one's reading between 77 and 82. And that's approximately 5 inches down. Maybe it's deeper. And it's the back end of a spoon. Back end of a spoon. Maybe it's about 6 inches. This one's jumping about in the high 80s. That looks like iron to me. It is iron. Looks like a big old washer. Yep, big old washer. This one was in the high 80s, sorry, high 70s. And it's another, well, that's the nut, that one. Got the nut and the washer. Now all I need is the bolt. This was quite a weak signal, but it was kind of hovering around 94 to 95. So I thought I'd give it a dig. It's a tiny little washer. At least I think it's a washer. Very bent. It was quite deep as well, and gave a good signal. Although it was faint, to give a repeatable good signal. And it's an old threepenny bit. 3p piece, 12-sided coin. Give a reasonable signal at about 5 to 6 inches. So I've used this new machine for about 3 hours. It's too early to make any sort of judgment on whether I prefer this over the E-Track. But there's lots to be happy about with this. Firstly, that's it, packed away. That can fit in a backpack, sit on the seat next to you, and it's really light. Setting it up is very easy. Whoops. If you notice how long that is, it's still very light. That means you can get a huge arc in when you're swinging it, which covers so much more ground. So far I'm very impressed. I like the idea that everything is wireless. Here you've got the little controller, which you can wear on your belt, on your arm, or you can attach it to the machine. Basically just slots into there, clicks into there, and that just weighs nothing. The menus on here are really easy to navigate. I remember when I first got the E-Track, I was just lost for months. But this seems more thought out and precise. Everything on here, although I haven't used the features, everything on here seems to be there for a reason, and quite an obvious reason. Now as far as the coil goes, the batteries are in here. This is a wireless unit which sends signals to your earphones and to your controller. No wires, so there's no interference. It gives a really clean signal when you go over a good target. And the one thing that I was slightly concerned about after having an E-Track is the depth. I went for the 9-inch coil because there's an 11-inch coil coming out, which apparently goes deeper than XP's previous big coil, which is 13 inches, I think. I didn't want to go for the big coil and then scale down just to get a little bit more depth. I thought I'd go with a small coil, the 9-inch one, that would be good in contaminated areas, and then when I wanted a bit extra depth, I could go to the 11-inch coil. When I get that coil, or if I get that coil sometime in the future, I may have no need for it. If I get that coil, I may keep it on all the time, but swapping it over is pretty easy. And when my son's using this, and he's only 8, he could quite easily swing this 9-inch coil for hours. It really is light. Light extremely responsive. The speed that it picks up and drops a target and then picks up another target is just unbelievable. I was seeing how fast I could swing it, and I was literally swinging it like that, and it was beep 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 beep. The signals weren't bleeding into each other. It was extremely fast. And coming from an E-track, I was concerned about the depth, but as you've seen in that video, the depth from this little 9-inch coil was quite phenomenal, and the quality of the signals from this coil on those coins at depth was great. I couldn't have missed those signals. Another thing I really like is the headphones. I haven't got them on us at the minute, but I went for the DEUS 5 headphones, which are the over-ear ones with the pads on. I went for those because sometimes my son's going to be using this, and I think the ones that go around the back, the lightweight ones, would probably fall off his head. And also I live in the northeast of England, and it gets damn cold. I like something chunky over my ears. He'll be using this, I'll be using the E-track when he's with me, simply because of the weight and manoeuvrability of this. And I like the idea that you can have the sounds in the ears and also coming from the control box. That'll allow me to follow on behind him or alongside him, listening for sounds coming out of here whilst he is hearing them in his earphones. And therefore, if I hear him go over a good target but he's missed it, I can say, look James, you've gone over a target there, go back over it. So everything about this so far is good. This is not a review, don't get us wrong. I haven't used it enough to get a review out of it. I need to use it for months to be able to gauge every feature on it and therefore give a proper opinion about it. But so far, I haven't found anything about it that I don't like. Even the slightly rubberized feel of the handle, it's going to be really easy to clean. A lot of detectors go with like a spongy sort of grip, and when that gets mucky it's absolutely terrible to clean. But this is really hard, solid, durable plastic, and this is a slightly rubbery plastic. It's just very easy. Or is it carbon fibre? It's either plastic or carbon fibre, I'm not sure. I should have read the instructions there. But it's plasticky looking. It's extremely hard, very durable. When you're swinging it, even if you swing it fast, you can't feel any flex in the shaft. It's a very good design. This is going to be so easy to clean. It's just a really excellent detector. And I can't wait to get out onto ploughed fields with it. And I can't wait to get out in the winter when a lot of the pasture land has much shorter grass, because it was a little bit of a struggle today. So, no doubt some people will ask, why have I bought this when I already own an E-track? My son is very interested in metal detecting, so he can use this whilst I use the E-track when we're both out together. To be honest, after the performance today, I think I'll be using this quite a lot when I'm out by myself. And it's just a really nice detector, you know, why not have two? So there's probably 2 people on YouTube, more than any others, who more or less inspired me with their actions and their videos to buy one of these, and that would be Jed Peacehaven's Dodd. The link to his channel is in here, and also Dave Relic Hunting Scotland. Now, Relic Hunting Scotland seems to pump out videos every day. He's out for marathon hunts, and I've spoken to him a few times on the phone. Really nice fella. I've never spoke to Jed on the phone. He seems like a really nice bloke as well. So if you've liked any of my metal detecting videos but haven't subscribed to either of their channels yet, please visit them. The link's in the description, and tell them that Pond Guru sent you. Thanks for watching.